Hello everyone, my name is Silvi Yuwono, an international business management student of Petra Christian University. And after studying 3.5 years, now I'm going to enter my last semester, which is going to be filled with thesis and internship. However, the most important thing is that I need to think about my future career. And it is truly an honor for me since one of my lecturer, Professor Dr. Casey Chan, has given me this assignment that has helped me to think about my future career. Thus, I'm making this short video in order to share you about what's gonna be my future career based on the 5 self-assessment that I have taken. The 5 self-assessment covering the organizational capability, team capacity, and also individual competence of one's individual. The assessment that I took are leadership of self-assessment, Belbin's 9 teams role, Big 5 personality, GET test, and also learning style. Let me begin with my future plan. First, after my graduation, I want to start my future with a small career that is promising, and then I will strive for promotion and of course a lot of opportunity, and in the end, I want to be a successful businesswoman. Well, I know, that sounds very cliche, but to be honest, that's what in all of people's minds. It means not only me who thinks about it, but thousands and millions of people from all over the world also has the same plan. Thus, it means that I need to think differently. And in order to do that, I'm going to apply the IPO approach, which is the input, process, and output model by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. What I want to be the output is my future career, and let me call it as Silvi's future career. But how do I know what my future career is? What's going to be the best career for Silvi? Then the best thing to examine now is what Silvi good at, which brings us back to Silvi's current situation. And Silvi's current condition is the result of a lot of process developed in her environment, such as university, church, student union, as well as all of the things she has learned for the past 3.5 years. And therefore, to know in details about Silvi's ability and current competency, Silvi took all of the 5 self-assessment that is given by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. Thank you, Professor. Here are the results of Silvi's self-assessment. We are going to discuss starting from the learning styles to know the individual competence. So from the result, we have found that Silvi's learning style is reflector, which means that she likes to think in detail before taking action. However, even though it sounds good, if we look at the result, the differences between each factor was pretty big. These show imbalances that needs to be avoided. Thus, Silvi needs to increase her logical intuition as well as talk less and do more in order to improve her learning styles. Moving on to the GET test, to assess particular attributes of enterprising behavior, it was found that Silvi's biggest attribute is drive and determination. Moreover, we can see that the scores for almost all of the attributes are well spread except for need to autonomy attribute. Thus, it is the area that Silvi needs to improve. Silvi needs to learn how to be an independent individual in reaching some achievement. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that Silvi needs to do everything alone, but it means that Silvi needs to be less dependent on other team members within the same group. The last individual competence assessment is a Big 5 personality. From the result, it was also found that all of the trait scores are well spread with agreeableness as the highest score, and it means that she can fit in just fine in different communities. However, conscientiousness trait really needs to be improved because it represents lazy behavior where Silvi is not hardworking enough, and is very bad in this competitive business environment. Move on to the team capacity assessment. Silvi is using Belbin's 9 team roles, and the assessment shows that Silvi's role is more due as a coordinator. But balanced by the team worker and resource investigator role. So actually, all of the 9 roles can be classified further into 3 bigger roles: social-oriented, thinking-oriented, and action-oriented roles. Based on the assessment result, it can be seen that Silvi has a social-oriented role within a group. Anyhow, Silvi has a very weak role as a thinker-innovator, monitor-evaluator, as well as the specialist, and more interestingly, those areas lies under thinking-oriented roles, and the result is actually the same or coherent with Silvi's learning style. Lastly, looking at the leadership self-assessment, Silvi has a very strong negotiating ability, which is supported by the ability in building relationship, communicating, as well as aligning people. The result is very interesting because each of the ability is strongly supporting each other abilities. However, of course, an individual will never be perfect, and it is better to have a balanced capability. Thus, looking at the result, Silvi needs to improve her ability to set the group direction, gives motivation and inspiration to group member, leading the team, and last but not least, facilitating ethical conduct. However, Silvi is aware that the low score in facilitating ethical conduct is because Silvi rarely given the situation to perform in those areas. So in conclusion, based on the assessment, Silvi needs to increase her ability to think by relating practice with theories, talk less, do more, in order to be more as an implementer, and not too dependent on people. Last but not least, is to be a good coordinator. Silvi needs to increase her ability to set guidelines and direction for the group to keep its vision and mission coherent with the group's strategy. After we have known what Silvi's strengths and weaknesses are, it's time to plan on the process to improve Silvi's abilities. There are so many things that can be the process of the improvement. However, the most viable process in the short term will be the upcoming thesis and internship. Moreover, there is also a chance that Silvi will take master degree in the near future to increase her knowledge. And hopefully, through all of the right process and tools to improve, in the end, Silvi will be able to get the best career that suits her the most in the future. Starting the career using her strengths and weaknesses, she hopes for a sure rise that can help her to success, which in the end, going to make her parents happy and of course, proud of her. So, what's gonna be my future career? One of the things that I'm sure is that I will work in the field that I am best at, which is communicating. I love to work with a lot of people using my negotiation skill as well as aligning people. Therefore, I believe that public relations will be the best option for my career. But not only that, marketing communication as well as salesperson could also be my future career. But putting aside all of those executive jobs, I have a determination to be an entrepreneur. I have desire to improve my family business because I think that my family business still has a huge potential to be continued further. And even though it's only a small business, I believe that it has the potential to grow big as ASEAN Economic Community is about to start. And with the help of IBM courses that introduced me to international business as well as taught me to formulate strategy in a multinational level, as well as supported with my understanding on my own skill, I believe that I will be able to make my family business huge. So yeah, that is my future career based on my 5 self-assessment. Thank you!